Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope that all are well. This afternoon, Detroit City put out the roster updates that they have currently for the 2024 season. So this list, which was put out on social media, is also on the club's website or the app if you're on the go and mobile. This list breaks down the roster in terms of players that are going to be returning to the club currently because of already agreed contracts, players that had club options that were picked up by the club and exercised for the 2024 season, players that are out of contract, player options that are declined for one way or another for a specific reason, club options that were player options that were declined by the club, which then sets those players free to join another club, as well as those that are returning to parent clubs, end of a loan, those type of things. So let's start off with the players, the 9 players that are listed to be coming back to Detroit City as part of already agreed upon deals. Stephen Carroll, Michael Bryant, Dominic Gasso, Brent Levi's, Matt Lewis, Maxi Rodriguez, Connor Rutz, Reese Williams, and Skaggy Simonson. Those are the 9 that are listed right now to be returning to Detroit City as part of their agreed upon deals. Now, this does not mean that there's a chance that eliminates the chance of any of these players moving to another club, whether it's a trade or a transfer between clubs. That is still very much a possibility. And I'm very curious to see if Skaggy Simonson is one of those players that may get moved before the season, one way or another. There were 4 player options that were picked up by the club, and these players will be returning currently for the 2024 season. Devin Amumensa, Lai Jap, and Yazid Matthews, and Ben Morris. So those are the 4 whose player options were picked up. There are 2 players that are out of contract, so in this case, 1-year deals. Ryan Shello, out of contract again for the second straight year of roster updates, and Dario Suarez, a surprise omission to some. This does not mean that there's a chance for either of these players to return to the club just with a new contract, whether it's another 1-year deal or a different type of deal. So we'll see what happens with both of these gentlemen. There was a player option declined, and that which could surprise some people is goalkeeper Nate Steinwasser. However, it was noted that there are talks between Nate and the club for him to return. That would just be like a new restructured deal. A similar example of this in a way would be like when Michael Bryant was originally announced last year to have a 1-year deal with a club option. That got restructured to a 2-year deal. So this is still kind of the discussion stages to see what type of deal Nate's going to be having for the 2024 season, but he is in talks to return to the club. There were 4 player options that were declined by the club. We already were made aware of Richard Ballard via his post on social media Tuesday night. There were 3 others that are joining him: Adrian Billhart, O'Neal Fisher, and Jalen Robinson. I kind of not surprised in a way about Adrian, just because I feel like he didn't get a chance to really get a consistent amount of playing time one way or another. Both O'Neal and Jalen was interesting. I thought maybe one of them gets kept just for structure and player reasons. And then the one player that's returning to his parent club is Aaron Bibu, who joined Les Rouges late in the 2023 season on loan from LA Galaxy 2. I had a couple others thought that Bibu was out of contract this season. So what that means to be seen, who knows. But that is it as far as our roster last year. Those who are currently slated to return due to existing deals, those that have had player options picked up, those who are out of contract, options switched around one way or another, declined options, and returning players returning from loan spells here. So we'll keep everybody in the loop. To all those that are going to one way or another no longer be playing for Detroit City, thanks for the memories and the time spent here. All the best to y'all wherever you wind up. In the meantime, hope all have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll continue to go onward.